a special day here on the First 30 podcast because today we're showcasing our favorite hidden gem video games that you might have missed. But can we all agree these are real treasures, or is there some trash floating in there? Thank you for watching the First 30. I'm your host, Chad Callahan, and alongside me are the kids you've always picked last in gym class. Tim Harris.
Hello.
David Marino.
It's true.
And Rick Weirdbeard Hogerhide.
I can catch a dodgeball. That's the only skill you need in this life of being picked.
That's fair. I can catch a dodgeball, usually with my face, but I can still catch it. All right? That's all that matters. Oh, I'm excited because this is the episode before Thanksgiving. This will go out after Thanksgiving, but this is epic chaos, guys. All right. I can only tell you how much stuff I've baked right now because I decided that I'm making a pumpkin pie from scratch.
Okay.
So that's exciting. And then I basically made everything else as well outside the turkey.
Do you have like a complex where you feel like if you were to buy store-bought stuff that you are like inferior and bad?
Yes.
Okay.
Immediately.
Well, okay. It depends on what it is. There's certain things I know are not as good as like homemade, and then there's other stuff that's like you're never gonna get as good as the store bought. A lot of Thanksgiving food is always better like homemade, like stuffing 1,000 times over, always better homemade. But I did learn it's like making it with like homemade bread, not as good. Like for some reason, something about store bread or at least like bakery bread, always better.
If you do homemade bread, you got to do it way ahead of time because it's got to scale up a little bit.
You can scale it up in the oven, and you got to use mixed breads. You got to do like cornbread and Italian bread. That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
all right,
very nice.
Right now, power rankings draft of Thanksgiving sides.
Got this.
Okay,
right.
Chad, you go first.
All right, top tier stuffing. All right, I'm gonna throw it out there. It is one of the best. It's my first one. I'm going out there. Then I know Dave is gonna grimace at this. Mashed potatoes. All right, like homemade mashed potatoes is the best. And then we're gonna go down to sweet potatoes. I have an amazing recipe for it that involves like apples in it, and you'd think it's gross, but it's actually really good with the tartness of the apples. Then I would say mac and cheese only because it's something you have all the time. That's not necessarily a Thanksgiving food, all right? But it has to be on the table. I'm going to say that it has to be on the table at Thanksgiving, but it doesn't feel like a Thanksgiving food at the same time. And then probably green bean casserole. As much as I like it, you know, it's something that I can go without. And I think that's all of them. Like that's kind of like the base.
Chad is the Detroit Lions of drafting Thanksgiving food right now.
Hey, they're winning right now, so
miss
eat it.
A miss.
Green bean casserole's trashed here. I don't know if that's a hot take, but no.
I think it is a hot take.
It's trashed here.
You didn't include any cranberry sauce though. Like
I feel like the cranberry sauce is with the turkey, and I don't eat turkey, so like I don't really and like deal with the cranberry sauce. So for me, it's kind of it's null.
You can put it on your stuffing. It works pretty well there too.
I could put it on my stuffing. Maybe I'll do that this year. You know, my mom's making cranberry sauce. Maybe I'll try it. I know I like it. I just don't use it.
Just put it all over your stuffing, Chad.
Yeah, just shove it in there. All right, Tim. I need to know Tim's because he's out here.
Well, yeah, I was judging yours pretty hard. So first off, your S tier. For me anyway, is going to be the mac and cheese. All right. You don't always put that much effort into your mac and cheese, but when you do, it's on Thanksgiving. All right. So S tier, mac and cheese, right? I'm going to follow that up. We're doing sides, right?
Correct. Sides
we're doing
only.
Sides. All right. Then we're going to go down to stuffing or dressing, whatever you want to call it. And then probably right under that's going to be your cranberry sauce for me.
It's fine. Acceptable.
Followed closely by mashed potatoes, and we don't do that green bean casserole around here though. No, that's instant trash tier.
I love
instant trash tier. Sweet potatoes are up there as well, but mashed potatoes are better in my opinion.
Okay, all right, David. I already know David doesn't like mashed potatoes, so that's not even going to be on the table.
I don't like, we've gone over this before. I don't like real mashed potatoes. I like boxed flake mashed potatoes. Like the stuff you get inside of a TV dinner, like those potatoes are the best potatoes.
Did somebody hurt you? Where's the heartbreak in your life that led you to this choice?
Yeah, what
I
do your
know.
parents do to you? What
I
did
hear
they
this
do
all the
to
time,
you?
but every instant mashed potatoes, top tier. But we don't do that on Thanksgiving. So, top of the pops is mac and cheese.
Mhm.
That's number 1. Number 2, potatoes au gratin.
Good
Ooh,
choice.
okay, I
Those
didn't
Good
even think of
choice.
that. That's a good
phenomenal.
one.
Alright.
Then I'm gonna go stuffing, and that's basically all I eat on Thanksgiving. So I'm just gonna do 3.
Rick, all right, you gotta redeem yourself here. What do we got? What do we got?
I don't know if I'm going to be doing any redeeming. I can tell you that much. I will put stuffing at S tier. I think that's
Yep.
like universal flip flop between S and A tier is totally
Yeah.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Underneath that, I'm a weirdo. I love good bread. Like it feels like at Thanksgiving when they do, it's not just like, hey, here's a loaf, but it comes in so many. You can have rolls, or you can
Oh my
have
God,
like
rolls.
yeah, like
Rolls.
Damn it. Yeah. He's done
I
it.
didn't put
He's
that in
done it.
mine.
We all
It's-
forgot that.
It's so good because it's always an ant that like doesn't make anything else, but just
Doesn't
the
matter.
rolls.
Yeah.
After that, I'd probably put like I like cranberry sauce. I'm odd. I'll put it on anything. It's just like a universal, you
You
know.
put that shit
Oh,
on
it's good.
everything.
It's a
good.
schmear. Underneath that, probably Brussels sprouts. I don't eat them any other time of the year, but for some reason, Brussels sprouts are my trade-off to not eating green bean casserole.
All right,
And
I'll
then
take
it's
it.
macaroni and cheese. It's okay, but I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
And then green bean casserole at the bottom.
Okay, you know what? Solid. I understand that you're lactose intolerant, but my only argument with mac and cheese again. I eat that pretty much every other week.
Yeah, I can make it
just saying,
anytime I want. You know,
but
it's
the
a
holiday
$30 to
mac and cheese
$40
is
meal.
different.
Yes,
Like,
Is it?
It's
I make mac
different.
and cheese that way every time, outside of when I get it like in the
Alright.
microwave. So that's me. But maybe that's why I don't find it so special. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, we're not here to tier list Thanksgiving foods. We're actually doing something a bit different. With the holidays coming up, Black Friday, actually it would actually just passed, but with all the other sales happening right before the holidays, we wanted to give you some hidden gems within the gaming sphere, and we're gonna play a little bit of Shark Tank with everybody. We're gonna do like Game Shark, if you will. So we're gonna have 90 seconds to pitch some of our favorite hidden gem games and basically try to get everybody in. If they are out, we have to stop and it goes on to the next game. All right, so I think I will start this off and then we'll go probably David, Tim, and Rick, just because that's how it is on my screen. So it's easy for me to remember. There we go. Game Sharks, I have something to present to you. This game is about probably 10 to 15 hours of your time. And it is called 9 Parchments. It's similar, much similar to like what is Diablo style, where you have like that kind of top down. You could play with your friends. You have, I believe, up to 4 players. It's somewhere between 2 and 4. I actually don't remember. It's been a hot minute. But you can go through. You're playing as a bunch of magicians, right? And then you're going through. You have different magics depending on which magician you are. You have kind of mostly ranged weapons, but you can kind of go up and beat them with your staff a little bit, and then get in there. So I'm hoping I can get about 15 hours of your time, Sharks. I would like to ask if you have any questions.
Yeah, my first question is: you keep saying mages. Is there any big like barbarian brawlers with swords or fists?
There are some more stronger-ish ones, but this is all about a mage school, so it's all heavily revolved around magic.
Are they kids? Are they kids?
They're kiddie-ish. They're like
I'm
Harry
out.
Potter.
I'm
but
out.
older.
Goodbye.
Oh.
No, thank you.
No, they're like, but okay. All right, I lost one. But okay, other sharks, game sharks.
If you, well, you said you can play with your friends. Can you play this solo? And if I
You
do,
can.
are there bots?
You can. I don't know about bots because I don't
So it would just be by
typically go for
myself?
them. I think you're playing by yourself, but you can add in your friends. I think, as far as I remember, the difficulty scales depending on how many players
people
you
are playing?
have. So
How's the loot?
The loot's kind of null. It's more about like progression. Like it's not like a Diablo where you're
Also,
like
you're
constantly
powering
going.
yourself up.
Yeah, it's more of like levels. So you're not
Oh,
going
okay.
through and like trying to get stuff. Okay.
I'm the
See, I'll
dark
try
shark
this.
on this one. I've already played it. I love it. I'm in.
All right. Well, I got one. That's all that matters. I got one. Sweet. Thank you, Tim. I
welcome.
will take your 15 hours of time.
Well, you can have 2 because I also said I will play this.
Oh, sweet. I have 30 hours. All right, David, what is your game of choice?
All right, gentlemen, sharks, let me take you back to the mid-2000s Flash animation heyday where you got stickmen brutally beating the shit out of each other with silver dollar games, One Finger Death Punch 2.
Oh.
This is a 2D, I won't say it's a fighting game, but it's not a fighting game where like you're pulling off combos and everything. You only use 2 buttons, left mouse button and right mouse button. If there's an enemy on your left, press the left and right mouse button. If there's an enemy on your right, you press the right mouse button. And the different enemies will have different patterns you'll need to do. So a lot of them are one hit only. Some of them are, like left, right, left, left, right, based on the color of the enemy, and they have little gauges underneath where you can see what mouse button you need to press. And basically, as fast as you can press buttons, that's how fast they're going to be coming at you. This game is really fast. There's different modes, different weapons, different like rule sets. Like there's one where your attack meter, because you can only attack so far ahead of you, your attack meter will get shortened. So you have to wait for the enemies to get closer before you can attack them. Survival modes. There's a mode where you have to shoo a cat out of the way. If that's
Get out
your
of here,
thing.
cat. I do love cats. Now I got a question. I have a question before you go on any further. Like, how hard is this game? Like,
Yes.
is this like, where it's kind of fun, but like I want to kill myself, like Binding of Isaac, or like what's that, Super Meat Boy?
So super easy to pick up and play. The difficulty does scale up as you progress through, and it'll be based on how well you're doing. So if you're doing really well, the game will speed up, and then when you die or when you fail a level, it will pare that back a little bit. So if you're doing really well, it's going to keep cranking it up. But that the moment you have to you fail or you restart a level, it's going to go, okay, we'll take it back a little bit and slow it down.
All right. I'm torn on this one. I feel like I really like the simplicity, but I don't know. I'm getting a sense that this is very hard, and I'm not a person who's good at hard games, so I think I'm out. I mean, as much as I think I might play for a minute, but I don't think I'm in. Yeah, I don't know.
I am 100% in. My apologies.
Are you gonna buy every game? Are you just gonna?
That's what Tim does.
Funny story. I also have played One Finger Death Punch, and it's great.
This is 2 though.
It is very hard though. It is. It gets very.
This
difficult.
is 2. 2 is much expanded.
Can you say the name one more time for me?
One Finger Death Punch 2.
Okay, I'm in. The name alone has sold me. I will finger my way in.
It's because they're stick men, so they only have a nub.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's 2
You
fingers.
use 2
There's 2
fingers.
buttons.
Yeah.
Okay, so it should be 2 finger. Oh wait, that's a band.
No, that's 5
Never
finger
mind.
death punch.
That's 5 finger death punch. You are correct. Actually, that's 100% right. I'm out. All right. All right, Tim. I hear you have a game up as well. What is it?
Oh, I sure do. So let me introduce you to the world of capitalism. It's gonna be great. Don't worry. Have you ever wanted to be in crushing debt left to you by your deadbeat father who took off and just left you to deal with it on your own?
Of course.
Oh yes, always. Not like any of us have to deal with that in real life, right? So Recettear, an item shop's tale, is an item shop simulator where you are forced as a child to open an item shop with your fairy friend from the corporate people who are there to do horrible things to you if you don't pay off your father's debt. And your job is to manage an item shop and try to haggle with customers in order to pay off your debt weekly, which rises in payment every single week for a month. And your only goal is to get enough money to get that paid off. It also involves dungeon crawling.
What?
So not only is
in-
not only is an item shop sim, you are also, there's a pretty in-depth dungeon crawler involved where you hire adventurers to go dungeon crawling and you actually control them, and there's a combat system and all of this stuff. It's fantastic, let me tell you.
How depressing is this game?
Yeah.
Oh, it's super lighthearted, very cheery, very cutesy anime vibes.
I'm not seeing the
It's fantastic.
cutesy part of
Oh,
this.
it's, trust me, there's all kinds
Depression
of sweet
here.
little jokes that are going to go on.
All right, so like it seems like there's two halves to this game.
Yes.
You're splitting your business down the middle without really kind of having a niche that you're falling into.
Mhm.
Which is more enjoyable, the shop portion or the dungeon crawler?
The shop portion is the most enjoyable part of the game, and you can 100% play the game without ever touching the dungeon crawling element as long as you really focus on your shop.
Interesting. So, like,
How
what's
customizable is the shop?
The shop,
yeah.
as you upgrade your seller level, you will get to upgrade your shop, so you'll grow in size and be able to sell more items at a time, and you'll have to start taking things off the shelf to fit things, and sometimes the price of items will drop, and you'll have to take them off the shelf real fast so they don't sell at cheap prices. It's
But
great.
like the look of the shop, can you change that any,
Yep.
or are you like stuck with? Oh, you can.
Oh,
Okay.
customization. Oh.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll buy. I'm in.
Oh, how much time am I? How much time is this game, Tim? Before
Depending
I
on
answer?
how you do, you are looking at between 12 and 50 hours.
God.
Jesus.
I think I'm out. I feel like I'm. This gives me stress thinking about it. As much as I like the cute fairy and all this stuff, I'm not into item management. With the customization, I'm out. I'm out.
Well, you like potionomics.
That's different.
I think I've seen something. This game, you can have people will protest outside of your shop, won't they?
They can, yeah.
I'm out. I don't want to I feel like there's too much pressure to get canceled in a video game as well is like enough for me to be like, no, thank you.
Fair enough.
All right, Rick. What's the game? What
My
we got? What
game-
do you present to the sharks?
Sharks, I come to you on this bright red carpet to talk to you about a game that was inspired by 2D platformers and the original Wario Land series. I want you to buy into Pizza Tower. Now, you would say, Pizza Tower, does that involve pizza? Guess what? It does. And not only is it's all about like one Italian guy platforming his way through this giant tower.
Mario?
No, it's just his name is. It could be Mario. It's not though. It's Peppino Spaghetti is the guy's name, which is like very on the nose for Italian stereotypes. But guess what? That's this game. It's phenomenal. You have different move sets where you're able to platform more easily throughout this tower. You can find all of your little pizza buddies like pepperoni and cheese and everything, and they'll follow you through the levels and help you as well. And really, like, the coolest thing about this is it's just pure platforming. There's no DLC, there's no like battle pass. You just get in there and you're trying to go up levels and get through them.
Okay.
All right. How long is this game? How much time am I putting into this?
I mean, some people like on Steam have recommendations where they're at 73 hours on record. So, but I think that's more of them just playing it. But you know, there's even somebody who is 226 hours on record, and the review is this game is the kind of game to go, let me be frank, and turn into a hot dog. So I don't know if
Okay, all right. I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
Because I think I'm in, but this will really determine, is this Steam Deck verified?
Oh yes, absolutely.
All right, I'm in.
Okay.
I will buy in.
Would you say this is a skill-based platformer or just like a silly, easy platformer?
Easy to learn, difficult to master. Like, you can get through levels and still be bad at the game. Or you can, like, run through them. And that's, like, the joy. It's like, you know, Sonic games to where the joy, you can get through them, but if you're really, really good, you can get through them quicker. Sort of the same mentality.
You've sold me. I'm in. I like a high skill cap.
David, join me in the
I
Pizza
am
Tower.
actually already familiar with Pizza Tower. Have not played it myself yet. I just know of this game, and yeah, I'll buy in. It looks really, the animations for this game are fantastic.
All hand drawn.
If you like, yeah, hand drawn. If you like the old sort of like Nicktoons, Rocko's Modern Life style of animation, it's just like that. It looks really good.
Join me in the Pizza Tower. Let's go.
We're going in. We're going all in on Pizza Tower. I have another game for you guys.
What is it
Sharks?
this time?
Sharks, I have a game for you today that I would like to pitch for you, and I believe it'd be about probably 10 hours of your time. So not a huge lift. It's a very casual game. It's a game that I know David, for instance, will be very interested in. Especially, I think he's already going to buy into this one. So apologies, other sharks. But this is a game where a raccoon basically swallows the world, and as you do this game, it is much more like is much more like a puzzle game where you have to try to fit everything into this specific hole and try to swallow up this entire town. And basically just go, whoops, I'm just a silly raccoon. It's called Donut County. It's really cute, really adorable. The animation's great. It is definitely one of those games where you can, have a drink and play it on your Steam Deck, or I believe it might be on like Switch or something like that too. And it doesn't take very long. My only complaint about it, I wish it was longer. So I don't know. You guys have any questions that you would like to follow up on?
Yes. Is it like that one TikTok where they're like, the circle goes in the circle hole, and then they put everything into the circle hole over and over?
Kind of, but no. The circle will get bigger over time. So the more you put into the circle will expand. So you have to start finding smaller things that fall into the circle, then it'll get slightly bigger, and then you have to get to something, and then it'll be like the size of a house, and then you swallow the entire house.
Is it the inverse of Katamari Damacy then?
Yeah, so,
Okay.
well, kind of. It's like instead of it being a ball and you're trying to roll up the entire world, you're just trying to suck everybody up.
You got to suck everybody off. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just sucking everybody off, left, right, and center. All right, guys.
So
I
this
don't
is
know,
like
tell you
a
on that.
relaxed sort of game that you can't really lose from the sounds of things. You just kind of play and chill.
You could get stuck for a minute, but you'll eventually stumble yourself into the solution. So it's one of those games where you could just sit there and enjoy. It's more of like I wouldn't say there's not a skill cap to this game. It's just an enjoyable little romp.
I could not be more into this game.
Yeah, I was about to be okay, yes, we can say yes now.
I believe I'm sold. Yes.
The level end, like when the stage complete music when you finish the level is the bangingest bop I have ever heard.
I'm so thrilled. I hope everyone will enjoy Donut County with me.
All right, my next game, and I'm only asking for about 6 to 8 hours of your time.
Ooh, a fast one.
Short game.
Love that.
2D pixel platformer adventure where you are an inmate in a secret underground government laboratory being hunted by a killer mutant rat man. This is Bad Coffee Games Ratuz.
Okay.
You need to sell me here.
You start off the game. What? Giant killer rat man isn't enough of a sell? Come on.
I mean, if Ninja Turtles told me anything, that's bomb. All right, I'm in.
So you start off the game. You're part of a experiment to, I don't even know what they're experimenting on. They're just basically torturing these inmates. One of them turns into a giant killer rat man and escapes. And that gives your little group chance to escape from the doctors. And the rest of the game is just trying to figure out how to get out of this government lab. There's lots of different puzzles that you kind of have to piece together throughout the game. It's light on platforming, even though it is there. You're basically just kind of crawling around in holes and climbing on stuff, figuring out how to progress. There's multiple endings based on who you do not save. And it's not something like, oh, it's the same cutscene, but they're like just the people have changed. Like each ending is different. Different stuff happens depending on who you finish the game with. And it's actually very funny, but not in like a direct comedic way. Do you remember the old like unfair platformers where you go to make a jump and it just spawns a block above your head and you instantly die?
Oh, it's
stuff like that.
I want to be the guy.
Into a room.
Oh, yeah.
What? Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy.
Oh, yeah, basically. Not that hard, but you'll walk into a room and not have any idea what's coming and just like instantly die to it. And then you just need to restart and now you know it's there.
Okay.
Ooh, is it Steam Deck verified? That's my number one question.
I can check real quick.
All right,
Probably not. It's a very small
questions?
team.
I don't have questions. I'm sold.
I unfortunately I am out on this one. I don't know what it is about this. It's almost there, but the moment you say that you're dying to like wild stuff, and I understand that you just reload, I'm unfortunately it's a hard pass.
That was the sell for me. That was totally the sell for me. I love games that do that. It makes me so
It
angry
is
in the time,
not
and then I'm
Steam
like,
Deck
"Ooh."
verified.
Chad, join me. Say no.
Yes. I think I'm out. I was in until that because I really was like, this would be fun on Steam Deck because I could see myself enjoying stuff and like having this on the Steam Deck. So I think I'm sad. I'm out. I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry. But you got Tim.
You did get me.
Well, I knew Tim was gonna. This is right up Tim's alley. I knew
Oh
Tim
yeah,
would love this game.
100%. Take a ride with me if you will.
Oh, okay.
A 3.5 hour ride, actually. Very, very short amount of time I'm asking from you right now. This is a puzzle game in the style of MC Escher. It's kind of like an MC Escher nightmare, if you will. It is called The Bridge. It is
The
a
bridge.
Oh yeah. It is a semi-simple puzzle game. I think it came out like 2013, 2016. I feel like no one has heard of this game but me and David. Now that you know David knows about it. But essentially it's just a basic puzzle game. Your only goal is for your little guy to get to the exit, and you can manipulate gravity by spinning the
Oh.
level around in every which way, and there's like switches that'll reverse like everything because MC Escher and all this crazy nonsense. And it's a very simplistic game. Some of the puzzles are actually quite difficult. And it's very short. I do wish it was longer. I think there's like 24 puzzles in all. Very cheap, very short, very simplistic, but it is a wild ride.
What's some of the gameplay like? Is each level different,
Yes.
or is it like kind of the same kind of thing over and over again?
Every single level is its own contained puzzle. So, like the first couple are just going to kind of show you mechanics, right? So you got you can twist the level to get your guy where he needs to go. As you go forward, there's going to be like these little boulders that spawn that you have to manipulate into grooves to create paths to get through the level and stuff like that. And then switches that will reverse the level, so like the bottom will become the top, stuff like that. It's really cool. Really cool.
Okay. I
Yes.
think okay, Rick, do you have questions? Because I'm kind of getting sold on this
No,
one, but
I feel like I'm the Damon Johnson of this Shark Tank right now because you can't sell me. I'm just. It sounds cool. It's great. It's a great business for you, but unfortunately, it's not at a point where we can bring in an investor. I think I'm out.
Fair enough.
I think I'm in. I love a good, short, easy puzzle game. I know that you said that you wanted it longer. I actually think the fact that it's shorter is actually the reason why I'm in.
Yeah.
So I will go in on this. I don't know if it's Steam Deck verified, but I will forgive that if it isn't, because I do
Chad, this
like
came out
this.
way before the
Fantastic.
Steam Deck.
Yeah. Let me ask you this though. Let me see if I can push you back out, Chad.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh,
So
shit.
there is optional collectibles that will add probably, depending on how good you're at the game, I'd say about 4 hours it takes you to beat it. But if you get the collectibles, probably about 6 hours. Is that scary?
Okay.
Is that scary?
I won't go for the collectibles, so that doesn't scare me whatsoever.
Cool.
Yeah. No, the MC Escher art style is the main sell. So if you're not into that,
David.
Yeah, so funny story. I have played The Bridge, and for the purposes of this show, I'm going to be out.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong, ingenious puzzles I really liked. Like, oh, the solutions are really clever. Like, this is really nice. The game is really slow, and the controls kind of suck.
Oh, what's bad about the controls?
They feel really floaty and finicky, especially when you get to the levels that you have to like flip or alter gravity, or like you'll flip around the other way, but the stick will still push you in the direction that you are going. So it's like this weird, you're constantly moving back and forth until you can force yourself to the other side of that trigger. It's not often. It doesn't happen all the time, but it was enough where I was playing where I was like, this is just really frustrating.
I never had
Kingdom
that
Hearts. Early Kingdom Hearts stuff. Ooh, that is a swaying me on that one, but I'll stay in, Tim. I'll stay in with you.
David.
I will stay in
I'm
with
sorry.
you.
All right, my game that I would like you sharks to come in on. Imagine this. You're playing Jet Set Radio, right? Early 2000s.
Okay.
Jet Set Radio. It sets a mood, right? When you think about it.
It does.
You hear it playing in the back of your head. And then robbers break into your house, hit you on the back of the head, and you're in a coma until 2023. Okay? And now you've woken up and you've gone, I was just playing Jet Set Radio before I went into a coma and I got robbed. I want to play Jet Set Radio again. Oh, can't do that. It's so hard. Have I got a game for you? Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. made by the same people who did the soundtrack for Jet Set Radio. It's the same kind of like new age funk where you are you're on rollerblades going around an entire like really cool city, lots of graffiti punk-esque, vibes to it. And again, it's pure vibes. All it is. If you like have ever wanted to inject dopamine straight into your brain, I think Bomb Rush Cyberfunk would be the game to be able to do it. Team Reptile is the production team behind it, and more than anything else, you're able to use skateboarding, inline skating, or BMX style tricks to be able to combo with a rad ass soundtrack.
Oh my god. I was
I
sold
think-
at Jet Set Radio, but that just sold me even harder. Okay.
I'm sorry though. I think I'm out. I'm not a huge fan of like skating games in general.
This
It's
is a
not
very
for me.
different beast, though.
I don't know. I have a feeling I'll fall into the same trap that like Tony Hawk gets me into. As much as I'm intrigued, I am sorry I'm out. I'm sorry I'm out.
Hold on, say something bad about Tony Hawk Pro Skating right now. Cleanse your soul.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater is boring. I'm sorry.
kidding
watching
me?
some guy roll around on I'd rather drive a car on the streets than roll around on a park. All right, are you kidding me? The only
Spoken like a
difference
man
is
who
that-
can't do more than a 3-move combo.
Exactly. Like, why is it so hard to do a combo in that game? I can play Mortal Kombat and beat the crap out of someone and do some sweet stuff, and it takes like 15,000 buttons before I could even do like a kickflip in that game. I don't understand.
It takes
I could probably
takes
go
with
two
two
outside.
buttons, and you press
I
them
could
at the
probably
same
go
time.
outside. I could probably go outside, get a skateboard, and learn how to like actually skateboard before I would be even remotely interesting to play it in Tony
Bullshit.
Hawk. I'm
That's
sorry.
a challenge. We're gonna film doing that.
I'm old now. Sorry. No, I changed my mind. Either way, it's just boring. I'm sorry.
This
I'm
was
out.
the same as handing a gun to somebody and being like, "Hey, see what you can do with this one." Talking about Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh
Take
my
it.
god.
David, are you going to come in on this? Tim's in with me.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I saw this. I'm also aware of Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. It looks great. I never played Jet Set Radio. I didn't have any of those consoles
Oh,
growing
That's
it's so
up.
fine.
good. It's so good.
But just the way it looks, from what I've heard, at least the little snippets of the soundtrack, like that's really good. So yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
Perfect. All right. I'm great. Thank you for your investment.
We're back with First 30, and a quick reminder, if you are listening to this podcast, it's also on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/@First30podcast to look at our beautiful faces. And now we're going to do a quick lightning round. So we have a few other games lined up, and I'm going to go first. And I'm essentially going to see how many of these 3 games I have lined up that they would go in on. Today, I want to present to you, Sharks, 3 different games. The first one is called Core Keeper. Now, imagine what you'd like about what's that game? I'm blanking on it. A Stardew Valley. My God,
Oh.
my brain's off today. And then you also take the probably the horror that is Terraria, which is like the difficultness of it, and you put it together into this game, and you get Core Keeper. It is heavily more on the mining side of things. Like you can go in and like you could essentially like mine through areas and try to get different minerals and different items and food and such like that. You have that like kind of Stardew-esque life in there, and then you can take it back to your, I guess, village, if you will, and like pretty much get everything set and like make your little like your home. The nice thing about this game, that is my favorite personal part, is they added a patch, which is another nice thing overall, is that they constantly patch this game to add more things. And one of the patches is you get pets, and they follow you along, and you can have them do different like things. Okay, well, the rest of Sharks, these pets
I'm sold.
are really adorable.
Yeah, sure. Let's go in.
Next one is Welcome to Kowloon. It's a really short horror game. It's about an hour-ish in. And within this game, you are basically sent into China, Kowloon in China. And for those who don't know, it is a real place. And you're going in and you think that you are going to live with this, nice old lady. And suddenly it becomes real clear that it is pretty much a ghost town in this entire city, and something doesn't feel right, especially the old lady living in this apartment. And as you escape her clutches, you have to go and traverse through, find a couple puzzles, and essentially just make it out of the city alive.
I'm out. I'm sorry. I have to pull the cord right here.
No, Well, I'm in. I'm always down for a horror experience.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't turn down a horror experience, so I have to be in.
All right.
No spoopies,
Last
no
game.
scaries.
No spoopies? I'm all about spoops. All right. All I got is spoops. The last game I have for you is a nice little like side-scrolling adventure where it's like an adorable story where you have a pretty much the new Sharon, or I guess would be kind of like Grim Reaper or whatever you want to consider it, bringing in death to all the wonderful world. But it's kind of a sweet story because within the entire time that you're going through, you're building up your entire ship, and then within there you have to also basically
I know
help
what game this is.
people. Do you?
I do.
You have to help. You have to help all the villagers that are within the world, and like help them find their like final path so they can move on. The game I am pitching to you, I don't know the exact length of time of this game because I haven't finished it, but it is called Spiritfarer, and it is just one of those really sweet, adorable romps. It's not really difficult to play. It's not like hard. It's just more of like a fun little romp, if
Okay.
you will,
It's-
and
this-
it's got a lot of
he's-
customization.
He's overselling the fun. This game's like super sad.
Shh, shh.
I'm sold
Hey,
now.
hey.
David
Okay.
sold it.
Selling Chance products.
It's a really cute game, and it has DLC like updates. If you buy the game, it just basically comes with it now. So I'm just saying, it's really cute. Spiritfarer is also Steam Deck verified. I don't know. Sharks, you in?
It does look really interesting, but I think I'm gonna be out on this one.
Damn. Tim, you're in. All right, Rick.
No, not interested.
It's such a cute game. Fine. All
You're-
right,
you're
I don't
trying-
need any of your time.
You're trying to pitch me like an indie French film right now, where you're like, listen, you get to read subtitles for 6 hours
no
straight.
subtitles.
No, thank you. I'm not interested. No,
There's like it's very little chatting.
no. Exactly. I'm out. I don't. No.
Fine. All right, David, pitch us your 3 games.
All right, 3 games coming at ya. Number 1, I have a mechanically complex but highly refined first-person shooter where you get to eviscerate anime waifu.
I'm out.
I'm
It's
in.
called it's called the Citadel. It is all hand drawn like 2D sprites, and the gore is just like, oh, it's so good.
It sounds like new
Yeah, I'm out.
anime. I'm down.
Oh, I had to.
I don't know.
Close, yeah.
As soon as I saw a picture of her, now I'm in.
I don't know. I'm not into the anime waifu-y kind of stuff. I
don't know, but
just
Chad,
kinda
you
feels
get to
weird.
kill them. That's the
That doesn't
hook.
make me feel like I want to play it anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right.
I'm not in. I'm not in.
All right. Next, I have a first-person comedic adventure game where you stumble across a secret government facility that has failed to make super sentient corn. This is Maize.
I'm in. That's a good game.
Hold
I
on, is
I
it
have played this game.
Maize.
Yes.
Okay.
Boo! Boo!
I have a walking simulator called When the Darkness Comes.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say anything else about it other than that it is probably one of the most emotionally affecting games I have ever played.
Interesting.
Okay, what has a bigger like emotional moment? The movie The Mist or this game?
Ooh.
Like Stephen King's The Mist?
Yeah, like where they show up at the end and he like kills his family
yeah,
and then
yeah.
the people show up like right afterwards.
This game.
What?
Yeah. No joke.
I'm in. Is this puzzly?
Okay.
Is there puzzles involved?
It's a walking
No.
simulator.
It's a walking sim.
No. Well, sometimes there's like
It's a tough sell
fun
with a
little
walking simulator.
puzzles.
3
Wait.
hours total if you go for if you achievement hunt, because there are several achievements you have to do multiple playthroughs for. Single playthrough, to finish the experience, probably less than an hour and a half.
Okay,
Is this
fine.
similar to that one really weird? Was it Horror Globes? No,
No,
it's
it's
not
nothing
that
like
one.
that.
Horror
It's
Globes.
nothing like Horror Globes.
Okay, no, I'm trying to remember. There was one that me and you played, Dave, and it was like a really boring walking horror simulator. But I don't know. So I'm kind of intrigued by the premise. How long did you say it was?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, I'm in. All right, easy.
All right.
Done.
Yeah, I'll be in begrudgingly, even though I
Come
don't know
join
if I'll
us.
be touched by it like you.
All right, Tim. 3
All
games,
right.
lightning round. What do we got?
Here we go. We're starting it off heavy. So, what if I told you there's a game that's exactly like Tenchu, but it's actually better,
What?
and you've never even played it or heard of it, probably?
I'm going to call you out on it because I don't think it exists.
Oh, yeah, no, it does. And this game is called Aragami. It's really, really great. It is a stealth-based action mass murder simulator, I'm going to call it. It's great. Basically,
Didn't
you're
we
just...
play this? Did we play this?
We played Aragami 2. The first one's
Oh.
a million times better. Okay.
Okay.
So let me continue.
Yeah, because I
selling
didn't
you.
like the second one.
But
Yeah,
essentially,
so you gotta
this
sell
is
hard
a-
because the second one sucked.
This is a hard stealth game. The second one did not suck, but this is a hard stealth game. All right, so you are never going to be going in here doing anything that's not stealth. If you're not a stealth gamer, leave now. Okay.
All right,
Because
I got
you
2
will
questions.
not get there. Okay.
2 questions. First question: do they ever scream ninja at all?
No.
And second question: can you play with friends?
No, you cannot play this with friends.
I'm out.
How
The
dare
best
you.
part of Tenchu, what Wrath of Heaven in particular, was the multiple player aspect. So I'm out. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Is this like you say hard stealth? Is this like I'm invisible in the shadows type stealth?
There's actually a system and lore in place. Yes, if you are in the shadows, you are pretty much invisible. Yeah, and
Okay,
you
I'm
can
in.
also teleport through the shadows to kill people.
Or like shadow to shadow?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
I'd also have to concur with that. Like, I was a big fan of Sam Fisher and Splinter Cell. So
Yeah.
this feels like a low technology Splinter Cell. So yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. On to game number 2. Here we go. All right. So this game is a cutesy anime digital board game that will have you praying to RNGesus because it is it is very luck reliant, but it is a gas. It is a fantastic time. It is a digital board game / deck builder where you will unlock more cards as you play the game more. It's going to take you between 7 and 180 million hours, depending on how much you play, because there's a lot to unlock. This game has almost $200 worth of DLC you can get if you really, really like it. All
I'm kind of
multiple character choices that have different stats. There's a combat system within the board game itself. It is all based on dice rolls, but you can mitigate it by building your deck correctly.
Now you said that
What
it's
is this game?
yeah. What is it called?
It is called 100% orange juice.
Orange juice. I'm out. Tim, come on.
It's so good.
No.
Like, it is.
I'm out.
It
Did you
is.
buy that for me for Christmas like a long time
I
ago?
don't know if I did or not, but it's so good. You can get it for your friends for usually you can get a 4-pack for like $6.
Are you
That makes
are
a
you
whole lot
meant
of
to
sense.
play it with other people?
It is funner with other people, but it has a story mode that you can continue to grow as you get more DLC because every character has their own story mode. It's phenomenal.
No, thank you.
Oh God,
Chad, do you
I
remember
don't
playing
know.
Fortune Street?
Yeah.
I'm
out.
It's less bullshit. How dare you bring
I'm
that up,
out.
David? But I do
I'm
love
out.
that
I'm
game
sorry.
as well. All right.
I'm sorry.
My final game is a psychological horror game.
All right.
Okay. And it is 100% free. 100% free. I just want to put that out there.
Is this
game,
Moonring?
Well, no. I'm not doing Moonring specifically because that is very niche to me, and I don't think any of you would be sold on that.
Gotcha.
But Perfect Vermin. All right. This game, it is a psychological horror game, 100% free.
I'm in. Say less.
Okay. You have to essentially you're going through these office buildings and you are looking for vermin, you're looking for rats, and you're smashing them with a sledgehammer, and it's basically you're looking for all the rats. You got to kill all the rats in the level within a certain time frame so you can move on to the next level. And it has mechanics like it'll reverse levels, it'll make the level upside down, stuff like that. It's pretty great, and the rats can be anything. They can be a refrigerator, they can be a chair.
Oh, it's like prop hunt.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay.
They're everywhere.
I love a good prop hunt game. I'm in. It's free. I like the idea of it. How long is this game?
And their secrets about 15 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's like rounds. So can you play with friends or is it by
No,
yourself?
it's a single player game, but you can literally, if you're an achievement hunter, you can do the achievements for this game in like an hour.
Somebody has a recommendation on Steam that says like a hidden object game made by a deeply disturbed person.
Yeah.
So perfect then.
Lots of blood
I'm
and
in.
viscera.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
100,000% in. 100,000%.
For the low price of free, I think I could manage to get in on this one.
I've done it.
I am still upset that Perfect Vermin cannot be perfected because it has profile features limited on Steam.
Yeah, it is a shame because I have all of the achievements, but it's okay. I forgive you.
All right, I'm going to jump in with my 3 for our lightning round. Here's games that I would recommend for people to pick up. I've done all of mine that have come out in 2023, by the way. I've just kind of done it special
Fair
for that.
enough.
So if you wanted some new stuff, my first one that I'd recommend is Wildfrost. Now, Wildfrost is a game that is similar to like a Slay the Spire. It's a deck builder roguelike. If you enjoyed our recent playthrough of
too.
Cobalt Core, it's really fun. Cutesy art style. The music's bangers. Absolute just front to back music.
That's what we want here.
Published by Chucklefish. I would also say that like it's a lot more of like a counter system than doing damage output. Like you can't have. I know I've already lost the 2, but I'm
I'm down.
to a unique audience there.
100%. This sounds great. You said it's called what?
Wildfrost.
I'm getting it.
One word.
Yes, and it's really freaking good. The next one that I have,
I like the style. I'll say
cute.
that much.
It's
I
freaking
do.
cute.
I like the style a lot.
Next up, Chants of Sennaar. I don't know if you've seen anything about this. This is much more of a like, you know how sometimes you want to watch an anime where everything just explodes, and then other times,
Oh yeah, of course. Every
other
anime ever.
times you're like, hey, I just want to sit on the couch and watch a nature documentary or a Nat Geo type thing, right? That's what
Yeah.
Chants of Sennaar is. So in this game, you are placed into a land where you don't speak the language. So you interact with different people and use context clues of the things that they're doing or signage or whatnot to be able to slowly start deciphering what different symbols are saying and what the people are saying and communicating. And it's like it's really great because it's like a puzzle game, but it's not like, oh, move the blocks around to make it in the right colors. It's much more like logic based. If you were the kid when people said, hey, we're going to do puzzles, and you didn't want to do crosswords, you wanted to do like those, the boxes, the logic puzzle type things. This is exactly
those.
You're going to love this too. Chants of Sennaar is right up your alley.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm into. I like the idea. It's so different, and I see that Steam Deck verified. Do you feel like this is something I could play on the couch, partaking?
Oh yes, that's exactly what this is meant for. Because again, there's
100%. I'm in. 1,000% in.
There's no combat.
Putting this on my wish list.
You're
right
not
now.
you're not fighting anything. It's literally exploring this giant city where nobody speaks English. So you're like having to just go through and be like, water, and they're like, no.
David, I could even sell you even further. There's a demo.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
Check it out, Chants of
Definitely try
Sennaar. My last game that I would like to encourage people to go pick up. Oh God! All right,
Uh-oh.
Furries in High School, and this is called
Nope.
Goodbye Volcano High.
Okay.
And-
no, I've seen stuff. I'm out. This looks weird.
It's
this
not.
looks like
It's-
that weird furry street or whatever that stupid one.
No,
or
it's
fur,
really,
whatever.
really good. So it's like if you liked what's the game where she kept going back in time to save the other high school girl that she loved. There was a something strange.
True
No,
Colors?
Life is Strange.
Stranger. Yeah.
Life is
there we
Strange.
go.
Life
True
is Strange.
Colors.
Yeah.
So
I was
this
about
is
to say
like
Stranger Things.
this is furry Life is Strange without the time travel. So there are things that you do. There's like small mini games kind of throughout. It's a fully voice acted it's a game that's less of a game and more of like an experience. Lachlan Watson is one of the voices from the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Choices that you make actually give you different outcomes. So it's not like you do a thing and you just end up at the same ending every single time.
So this is more of like a story game. So you're like pretty much just picking options for the most part and like letting the story play out. Right?
Closer. It's like a Telltale game, but there are
I'm out.
there's
I don't know.
hold on,
There's exploration.
Yeah, there's exploration and there's small mini games that are throughout. Like one of the ones that's on the Steam demo page is they're in a band that performs at the high school. And so you have to hit the buttons to be able to play. And if you do well in the band, you have a different outcome than if you do bad and bomb at the show that they put on. But again, the main thing that like that it goes and feeds into is all about relationships. The tag is, this game contains mature representations of queer teen life, strong language, mentions of drug and alcohol use, death, and sexuality. So again, it's like much more it's kind of like a teen soap opera, but not soap opera-y. It's I don't know, like it's relationship based. You want to talk to people? This is a game that you can do it in.
Did Rick just sell me on a furry game?
Let's go!
I was gonna say I'm out immediately, but I think I'm sold.
Listen, you have to decide between if you're a furry or a scaly, and then we're in. You're part of
Scaly.
What do you think a scaly is, Chad?
It's a reptile guy.
Yes,
I didn't know that they differentiated, I guess.
Yes!
I don't know.
You naive, sweet fool.
You said it was furry Life is Strange.
Yes, exactly.
Are we talking Life is Strange 1 or 2?
Life is Strange 1.
I'm in.
Oh, 2 furry gamers. Let's go.
You got us.
Chad,
I'm out.
I'm
sorry.
one more
As
time.
much as
Let me pitch you, Chad. I want you to join our furry compound here. It's great. It's lots of queer voice actors. They make it a very, very strong focus on the representation and experience of queer teens in high school and furries. Come on, say yes.
I don't know. You're showing me a lot of good flavors of Kool-Aid here, but I'm sorry, I'm not drinking it. I'm not in. I don't like these story types of games. They don't keep me interested. Like, I can't do it. I'm sorry, I'm out. It's just not for me. I mean, I love the queerness of it. Like, that's calling me in, but like everything else is just pushing me away. I'm sorry.
I don't know, Chad. Put your money where your mouth is.
How?
By buying the game.
Say yes to the game.
Say yes.
Is there a demo?
It's Chad. I would buy this for you right now. It is $22.49 and Steam Deck verified.
I'll tell you this. I'd buy it just to support it. All right, just to say that I supported the queer game making of this all. Outside of that, I won't play it.
And there's voice acting, Chad. You won't have to read anything.
Yeah.
That's fair. You know, that is a little bit nice, but I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry.
All right. That's my 3. Thank you very much for your time.
I thought I was going to have a no.
Damn you, Rick. You almost said the
to
no.
Podcast Tim. I said yes to everything.
Yep.
Actually, I really didn't pay attention to how many yeses I have, so I don't know who won this round. You'll have to tell us in the comments below.
Yeah, somebody count it up, please.
Yeah, someone count it up. Let us know who won. Also, let us know what you're like. Kind of go yes, no, no, or if there's any of these games down there that you really enjoyed, especially because again, you can watch this on YouTube and put some comments down in the comment section. We'd love to hear you. We're always in the comments and we're constantly responding back. So we'd love to hear what you think. Actually, also let me know your hidden gems, because I'm always on lookout. Because I think by now, if you've been watching the show for long enough, you kind of get a taste of all of our specific likes. So there might be something that we all might enjoy going forward in this. So please let me know that. And I think we're gonna end it there. I feel out of my element because I feel like I usually have like a set things that I'm doing, and this is so much different than everything that we've been doing. But again, if you
Chad, embrace, we've all come together,
embrace the chaos,
and said that we're furries. Everybody on this podcast has said that we're now a furry.
I'm not. I can't. I'm not gonna go and join your commune. I'm not here for the Kool-Aid. I can't do it. David's already sold it, and I was shocked the heck out of me. I don't know about that.
I would be a
sorry.
wolf or a dragon for sure. 100%. Yeah.
Chad's standing on the side of the wall while we're all at Furry Anonymous, and he's just like, you know what? I'll test my feet a little bit here.
I'm not kink shaming anybody. If y'all into that, that's all for you. And I know it's not all like sexual stuff. So you know what? Whatever. It's just not a lifestyle I want to live in.
I'm into the furry community for the not sex stuff. I just want everybody to know.
Well, thank you you guys for listening. And again, if you want to watch this, it is on YouTube. You just go to youtube.com/@First30Podcast.